And Don Cheadle is here now. The concept for this started 10 years ago, and I think it was at his inauguration into
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And it was his nephew, wasn't it, Vince Milburn, who actually announced there was going to be a movie and you were going to play him, and you had no clue.
Yeah, he didn't ask me, he just informed me.
Yeah.
And it was something that had been sort of swirling around for several years, and trying to do a movie about his life really predated me by 20 years.
Or maybe 30 years.
Yeah, maybe 30 years. Yeah. Who knows when it was. But, yeah, he announced that at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Yeah, it was very, very challenging from beginning to end. You know, we did it in 30 days. We did it for under $10 million. And
even more, wow. In Hollywood, that's, like, cheap.
Yeah, it was nothing. And, you know, had to do social media to you know, an Indiegogo campaign. We just had to do everything we could to cobble it together and get our green light.
And is it fair to say that Miles Davis had an awful lot of demons, and, you know, his music, I think, was essentially influenced by love and rage and by his ego? How difficult was it to get inside that man? Because he wasn't always a good man, was he?
Well, I don't know that any of us are always all...
I am.
Yes, yeah, except for you. You're the only human that's always good. Yeah, I mean, look, it's the same thing that we do whenever we play any character. You do your research, you know, read everything you can, and I was very fortunate to have the family along with me every step of the way. So his nephew, even Francis, was there.
And his shortcomings. Do you think that this movie achieves that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in any, as she said, you know, we have to see the totality of a human being, and I tried not to moralize about it or, you know, stand in judgment. I just tried to include it and make it about the entirety of the human being that he was, on top of being this iconic genius.
And you've played a lot of real people in your career. What do you think's easier, making somebody up or portraying somebody as we remember them?
I think when you're as neurotic as I am, they're all
just like being other people in general.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't want to ever get it wrong. You know, you're kind of out there for the world to see, and especially if you're dealing with someone who is, you know, an historical figure, you want to make sure that those that remain are not, you know, standing around saying, he really blew that.
And House of Lies is coming back as well.
House of Lies is coming back for the 5th season.
And you said you were quite shocked to be considered for that role. It wasn't something that you would put yourself into necessarily.
Well, I thought I would be good for it, but it's you know, it's rare that Hollywood sort of gets it. You know, we often get pigeonholed in being, you know, in the thing that they last saw us in, thinking that that's kind of what your niche is. But David Nevins, president of Showtime, saw me in this role, and, you know, that was an outgoing call. We didn't, you know, reach out to get that. I think it is a compliment. I appreciated it because...
Yeah, it's a great, I mean, it's a really fabulous role.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, personally, I don't think you've put a foot wrong in choosing the roles that you've played over the last few years. Is that the secret to longevity in this industry, do you think?
I think thinking about it, for me anyway, thinking about it as a marathon and not a sprint, you know, and really being picky and careful, and making sure that the things you pick you really are going to want to throw yourself fully into, because it requires all of your energy to do it right. So it bodes well, I think, if you're choosy and you know, stay committed.
Absolutely. Well, thank you ever so much for coming. And Miles Ahead opens on the 22nd of April, and I watched it last night on my laptop.
Yeah.
It was ace.
Thank you.
It was
brought
really,
me
really
nothing
good.
to eat, though.
Are you going to have a bit of time?
No, it's fine.
Oh, Don, I'll cut you a slice.
No, don't worry about it.
Wait 1 minute. I'm just going to talk about Helen Mirren and smoky golden eyes. You can find out. Are you interested?
Yes, go.